You're supposed to just keep it. Hey, me have a good friend, you know.
Come a little. Come up.
Me did have- me-
Yeah, come out of the shot.
Okay, may I come out of the shot? Okay. Me did have a good friend. And one night time she tell me, say, our man tell her, say, she can't think for herself. I am have to think for her.
What?
Just think about that. She have to end up run with him, man.
What do you mean?
Just think about that. And I know, and you know, say, since she tell me that, enough man me hear with that kind of, them not say it that way there, you know. So just imagine that.
You have to think for them.
Yeah.
The man have to think for the woman because she can't think for herself.
Because if you look at life, that is what has been happening for centuries.
Men have been believing that they can't think.
That's why they bar the woman from being head of certain institution. As me say, it's fight. And even when the woman them start to lead in these institutions, it's like them same guy that did still set the rules and set the orders.
You see, I-Maa-Ra, because even the very thought of it being said that woman is a weaker sex.
Weaker sex?
You never hear that?
If any weakness a man.
Talk to me.
Eh? Remember, it's just for a moment him get hard, you know.
I-Maa-Ra. Go and talk.
So any weakness in a eater, and maybe the man, is not maybe.
Yes.
How the woman to become weaker sex?
Is that's what we hear? That we hear, I-Maa-Ra.
Oh, explain.
Me can't explain it to you because I don't me say it. But we have come.
Think about it. Our woman. No, when you hear them things, you have to think them. You have to try analyze it, you know. In which way the woman is the weaker sex?
I don't know. So that's why I put it to you now, because this is something we have come to hear.
When they say sex, what they mean? Weaker sex.
The weaker person, the weaker of the two sexes. So you have male and you have female. The woman is the weaker.
But me still ask. Oh.
I don't know, I-Maa-Ra. Trust me. Those are some of the things that we hear. And as women, sometimes it feeds.
So who is the stronger sex? Because if you have the weaker, you must have the stronger.
Then must the man them a project as the stronger.
So what kind of strength him have over the woman for the woman weaker at the weaker sex?
So that is what I'm saying. We have to critically analyze these things and come up with our own answers based on what we see in nature and in real life.
All right. In the real world, you know. Remember say most of them after they reach certain age, most away.
Most away.
See? Me make sure I keep my body certain way. See? But some of them, after a certain age, you know, they must run for some kind of substance to keep up with who them call the weaker sex, you know.
You see
so
that?
Who weaker?
Who weaker? You're right. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
So, Jenny.
Let me left it right there, so because it's not.
Yes. So, Jen, you keep up with you this evening in I-Maa-Ra. I am not a man's slave. I help because I am a critical thinker and see the glass as half full. Jen, you will thank you. Women are stronger than men. Childbearing is a hard journey.
Yeah, man. Oh, you have to go around that. You know.
And saying the weakest. I just brought it forward because it is something that we have heard, that the woman is the weaker sex. So we see, I-Maa-Ra, based on what you're saying to us, that there is whole heap of work to be done. When we look now, fast forward now to 20 in this time, 2020, you know, from we're coming up into the latter part of the music with the dancehall music, and how we see women being denigrated right down to almost zero.
All right. This is an industry that I am a part of for maybe about 25 years or so. See? And everywhere, anyhow you see woman a behave out there. The top producers, them a man. See? So, you know the kind of exploitation a woman go through under them.
Yeah.
To get a break. See? Most of the promoters, them we are put on show.
A man them.
A pure man. It is male dominated. The entertainment industry, period, is dominated by male. And the women who try to hold them dignity and got through. Enough time of them given them talent, and because them try to hold them dignity, them suffer. Some of them have to give up so much. And after they gave up so much and reach a particular point, the kind of bitterness and the anger. Just what if you have watched even social media, you hear all sort of thing where come from in the 70s coming up, and some things where the daughter them go through, them carry it so long, but now it come like a corona compound everything, and some of it just a bust out, you know. That's what I say?
Yeah.
But this is also a design by the structure, the politician them who help to create these things. Because I'll show you the power of women within how me analyze it. Because I'm thinking how me as more people if you know say me not gonna do no research or I just my own eyes looking and how me see things. So me I express myself based upon how I
and
see
how you
things.
see things, yes.
You understand? See, within when you have a society where the women are very conscious and project certain level of morals. See, you have a balance and a more harmonious and peaceful society, because harmony and love, compassion is what the woman, you know what I mean?
Naturally come out with, yes.
Come out with. And if a child, if a woman have that kind of compassion, naturally, when she get pregnant, it's the same kind of compassion. But when you look and you see what go on, because I look on them things from the 80s that come up, you know. When me see the whole heap of drugs and the drinking and all sort of things start happening, and the derogatory expressions from the music and the putting down of woman, and woman start to what you call internalize and that's them. That when you come up into the 90s now, them start to live it out.
The women
they start to live it out now and start to show how them can spread out and split better than who, and you know what I mean? So they start to even compete to themselves to see which one can be more outrageous than the other.
That's happening now.
The fact is, all of this is fueled by a patriarchal system.
So you think it's a what? You think it's a design? You think it's a deliberate effort? Because earlier mentioned that when you have conscious women who are grounded, who are spiritually awakened, naturally the society is going to have some level or a high level of order,
an high level of harmony and love,
and order.
Because if check it out. If a woman nurture her youth,
she's gonna grow him a particular way.
Just look on the youth them where come out to certain things, and I show you, say them mother and them father was really? Always there to show them love, and even if they're hungry, they don't even feel like them hungry because that compassion is there.
Yes.
But when a woman
is angry
and get pregnant in that anger and bitterness and not see herself as nothing. From the baby they born, she call it dirty boy and dirty girl, you know.
Before it born.
Because she curse her own self, you know. These are something women know about, you know. I don't like say me and make up some story, you know. See? Because maybe the way how she got pregnant is not out of love. But she did want something. And because she did want something, a man just deal with her away and give her what she want. And she become like an object and a subject.
So
These are the urge. Where you see a go on with all of these murder and these killing and these things, is bitterness produce that. This lady, she passed. She's a Garveyite. Her name is Dr. Smart.
Miriam
Miriam
Smart.
Smart. Remember, there was a play in the
The Ward Theatre.
not the Ward Theatre, up by School of Drama. What do they call it? Dennis Scott.
Dennis Scott
Theatre. And I sat beside her, right? And she was watching the play, and there was, I believe, a pregnant, and she touched me and she said, it's so amazing, when we were growing up and you see a pregnant woman, we literally honor and pray and bless that child. But now, looking on these women, we see pain, we see sorrow. God, we see what the world is going to be a couple of years from now. She was just looking on, and I said to me, touch me upon my leg, and I said, and it hit me. I said, Jano, that woman I really I said deep. So them can spot it. See? There was this elderly lady. I remember her face now. I remember her name when I was living in St. Thomas, And she said something to me one time, She said, young man, when we were growing up, if a man want to see pass our knee, he must have to pay for that. Not money, But like she said, you have to have certain quality to see above our knees. And then she said, now it is just free all about that you can look up. Where's the value? There's no more value there.
But you are saying, based on how you all spoke earlier, that is almost like a design.
It's a design.
To create mayhem and to create what we are seeing now. Because as you had said earlier, when the woman is grounded, when the woman is spiritually awakened, the society is going to be just the same.
Just the same. Just the same. Believe it.
We're talking about the energy and the power of the female.
Because she carried a life there,
Yeah.
And she had nurtured that, And if she had nurtured a life that with love, what kind of society we can have? A loving society.
Yeah.
But if you beat her down so much that she bitter, she's going to produce what is in her consciousness, in her whole biological system.
Yeah.
Because this is a highly intelligent machine, This is what we so-called body, So if you tell it one thing, it believe it, it live what you say to it,
Yes.
If you get up every day and say, I am sick and tired. Look, if you walk up and down feeling sick and tired.
Yeah. Yes. It is Cultural Mix, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. I'm your host, Bev Moonchild, and we are having a deep reasoning. This you call deep reasoning in I-Maa-Ra.
Deep?
Deep, yes, man. You might just think it's not deep, but when you listen, yes, man. But look, when you listen to things that you have analyzed and you look at them deeply and objectively and critically, it make you want to look at life in a different way, look at women in a different way, understand the balance that you speak of, and understand that there is an important role for women, and we are not to deny the female her role. Because if we do, as you said earlier, dog are gonna yam with supper. So it's deep reasoning we have here, so. And then the interaction is very, very, sometimes we have to blame our women. This is Thelma now. We have to blame our women. We have to stand up strong for ourselves. Don't allow ourselves to be used by no one. We are overcomers and we are survivors. So that is Thelma. Jen Hugh, men only have to see an injection needle And them dead. And them dead. Women are stronger than men. Oh, we had said that before. Childbearing is a hard, hard journey. I-Maa-Ra, you are looking at things from a perspective that we don't hear every day.
Yeah, because you know, me no know, as me say all of my life, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm around women, you know,
Mm-hmm.
seeing me see the struggle. Me live it, you know.
One
with
thing I
them.
wanted to talk about is the intuitive nature of women. That sometimes we don't even know say is a gift and it's something that we all have. That intuitive nature that women, the feminine gender has. You can.
But some woman, the way as I talk about that nature, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's always there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to nurture it.
Yeah.
Well, me just assure you, the reason why it is dormant is because of the kind of suppression and oppression from man.
Mm-hmm. Expound on
Because,
that.
yeah, because a woman who really know herself, you know, she can tell herself when something not right.
Yeah.
And some of the man them enough time, maybe I'll me find myself in another trap there too. You know what I mean? When you do something, you know, say, boy, you do it, and from you walk in at the house, you know, and you feel the energy of the woman, you know, say, boy, you know, say, she do say.
You're not troubling
Something
at all.
really,
You're not
boy, I
troubling.
say, you know. You know what I mean? So, might as well we just watch
truth.
and just deal with the truth because, you know, but I want to tell you, and that's why I say that kind of energy has been suppressed by men.
Mm-hmm.
Because most man no want no woman to have that kind of intuitive vibration there. Them feel threatened.
You can pick them up
You
anytime.
can't pick them up.
Mm-hmm. Them no
Remember
want.
me have a brethren, you know, and you know, him go on away sometime and I'm when I time him woman there when I must say, boy, John I-Maa-Ra, boy, me make a bad move, you know, because me know say as she come here, she have to pick up, say that go on, you know. And I say, oh, you mean? Me I said, but you shouldn't do that, man. I say, but John I-Maa-Ra, boy, you know, me don't know how me I go deal with this because she's this kind of person. When she come in here, she go know say that go on.
Mm-mm. You mean that trouble?
So
That
the
is something.
intuitive vibration,
Yeah.
where enough man, it can save if you say if you live on a certain level,
Mm-hmm.
it is a good thing to be around.
It's
If you
never a
know-
bad thing to be around.
But me I say it's always a good thing. But the man
Okay.
who feel insecure in himself and
Mhm.
want
Mm-hmm.
and want the woman
To be able.
express that kind of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
The woman we all know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why from this to now, you realize when you see a woman become what they call name, with people that say unfaithful, it's because of these things, you know. You know?
Unfaithful.
Yeah, what people call unfaithful.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfaithful beget unfaithfulness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you get returned to you.
Mm-hmm. Where you give.
See? Where you give return. Where you put out, return to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just check the reality in that. See? And that's why what we're talking about the 7 virtues and the 42 principles of my heart. It's just like that where the woman assure you, say, guess what? You know, this is how I devote myself. If you don't violate, I will make this devotion to make sure, say, things. When I grew up, you know, me just check it even today, you know. Me don't know where you hear people talk about people get divorced and them something there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people when me know, them go and live and dead together.
Mm-hmm. And that's because of what?
Maybe it's the same kind of because there's good and there's bad in it. The same kind of religious teaching that them get are the same kind of Afrocentric vibration that when we're committed to be like we stay together.
Mm-hmm.
See? The man who me have a name where enough people don't know, Gary, a man named Mars Webster. Me know Mars Webster and his wife, Miss Gwenny from my little boy, and until now,
They are still together.
they are still together. See? Me know Mars Brunel and Miss Albertine, and them grown then dead together. You see me I say?
Yeah.
Me say all of these things right through my life. Me never say what you call name this divorce and family, Mass Calbert and Mrs. Me can name them
Together.
And I like say them did have no riches and them something, but them just go through the rough and the tough together. And you never hear them whole heap of quarrel and nobody get beaten with machete or licked down with stick and them something there. Me never experience and hear them something there.
Some people, are the opposite. Them growing at that and them born in it and growing it. So this is taking me somewhere, I-Maa-Ra, as we come down, because it's now what, 7:43? So we have, yes, me tell you, so we could have talked till 10 o'clock this evening. Yeah. It's just winding down, You have put forward and just put it squarely out there for everybody to see how you see the female and how the female should be respected and the power that the female has and that how it ought to be used, not to manipulate, not to be, power over anybody or anything, but to create that order and to create that balance. We're coming down now to that connection between man and woman when it comes down to an intimate relationship, put it that way. Because of where we are now, and we're not in a midnight reader yet, so we have to kind of So when it comes down to that let's call it an act then. When it comes down to that act between man and woman, how you see, what's your view on that kind of interaction?
It's sacredness. It's like heaven opens.
Talking to the mic, man.
You understand it?
Just go and talk to people here.
So when I say it's sacredness, it's a level of sacredness in that kind of interaction.
So it's heaven opens.
When heavens open.
But how many how we could get that into the heads of people to understand?
You see, look at this way. I was listening to a virgin one day, a great guru near Sad Guru, see? And he was talking about when women experiencing their period.
That monthly, yes.
That monthly cycle. Put it that way, all right? And remember, even in the thing, them say this is a time when the woman is Rasta and Woolly man say that the woman is dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, you get that in your head. If you say somebody dirty or unclean, where the uncleanness come. That's why I use the word dirty, because if you're unclean, you're supposed to dirty. Where that unclean thinking come from? You see me I say? Well, it even move. Remember, it's open, it take a while for enough woman, if you talk to them about
even women sometimes
sex right now.
Yeah.
Them start drop their head and start to you know what I mean? So to even accept this beautiful thing, we can take you
to heaven. And you must answer. Yeah. Make you lose your mind.
Yeah. This beautiful thing that you sometimes you wonder if a float, you float, or a fly, you fly, or you dive. Yeah. When all is said cells come alive and you say, whoa. Yeah?
Yes, I-Maa-Ra.
How comes? How comes?
Yes.
How this is dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you look, you see, it become women start to even use this as a weapon against man now. If you observe some things we are going from what there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something was supposed to be sacred.